Hi, my name is Aaltonen. I'm going to talk about around about 20-25 minutes, and then I would love to have a Q&A if you want to. I would definitely appreciate that. So, my name is Jani. I run an agency called Sales Communications, and what we do is we help our customers grow. And the method is inbound marketing, and I'm a huge fan of content marketing, marketing automation, inbound marketing, and that. So what I would like to talk about is, first of all, who I am, where do I come from, what is my story, because I think that the stories matter the most when you're talking about inbound marketing. The content is the king, and context is the king. The context, what I mean, the right people get the message on the right time, on the right channel, in the form that they would love to consume it. And with that content, the companies are able to generate leads and grow their businesses. This is the first time of history that we can actually scale marketing and actually scale sales. It wasn't the case around about 5 or 10 years ago that what we could do is to have a database full of information and use that for the benefit for our customers and for the benefit of our companies. So that's my story. I started my entrepreneurial career 2001, 2002, 15 years ago. So last year was my 15th year's anniversary. I started a telemarketing agency called Access in Finland. That was a great story. We did around about 7 to 8 million euros in 10 years of doing B2B telemarketing, basically cold calling. And the reason for that was around about 15 years ago, in order to get the salespeople on the field, we need to get them in the faces of their customers, that they can meet and talk. And that was my story. I'm a sales guy. I'm a huge sales fan. So what I think about inbound marketing, marketing automation, is that I think that there are tools for sales. It's a technology that's driving the world because everybody is stuck with their screens and they are talking about this. They're watching something that they want to watch on a screen. So that was my story 15 years ago. We had around about 700 customers and we were cold calling like mad dogs. One person could get around about 20 to 25 meetings in a day. We sold them out 200 euros each. So we were making a lot of money 2007, 2008, 2009. That was a perfect business. Because I had more money in the bank in the morning when I woke up than in the evening that I went to bed. That was great times. But all that changed 2010, 2011, when we just realized that nobody answered the phone anymore. So the phone was dead. People wouldn't, like to answer the phone when somebody called them. And when I look at my phone at the moment, there is no phone. There is no app which is called the phone. Well, there is, but it's hid somewhere, of hundreds apps that we are using. On my mobile at this point is 125,917 unread emails. I don't do emails. I don't do phone. And I think that the majority of people in one year, in next 12, 24, 48 months is the same as I am. We are sick of tired getting people interrupting us with their messages. And that's why I think that the inbound marketing is a perfect solution. So what happened 2010? We almost hit wall bankruptcy. Cold calling is dead, doesn't work. When we started, there was 20 to 25 meetings per day that one sales guy could book. When we ended, that same number was 0.67. So we came down on that number, and I just thought, man, we need to stop this. It ain't a business anymore. As an entrepreneur that I am, my option wasn't to go and have a job, Because entrepreneurs are people who have their contract in their hand with some corporation. They feel sick after 10 minutes of writing name on that paper. We don't do that. We don't work for another company. So my option was, where is my other business? Where is the other business? And the other business that I found was that I came to this simple conclusion that if I can't meet the customers, so the customers need to come and meet me. There was a whole lot of crazy idea. But we turned that marketing around 160 degrees, 180 degrees, and we came up this story of inbound marketing through searching. I spent hours searching Twitter, Facebook, Google, B2B trends, what is happening, and it constantly came out. Marketing automation constantly came out. Inbound marketing. There was this company called HubSpot. Any familiar with the company name HubSpot? Anybody using it? All right. That company is growing 50% now in the US, 80% now in Europe. And that's the biggest growth on marketing automation platforms ever. So we're doing all right with that platform. But 5 years ago, when we were doing our research, HubSpot wasn't big. There was this company called Pardot before Salesforce bought it. So we just went with these guys first. We found out that in Sweden there was a company called Element, and we started to work together with them to sell Pardot marketing automation. We didn't understand anything about content marketing. We just thought that we have a great tool to send email messages and put them on a workflow and automate all that spamming process that we were doing. So my clever idea, in a 90 days period, 2010 summer, or was it 2011, can't remember, I sent, on a 90 days period, over 1 million emails to Finnish companies, thinking that, I'm an outbound guy, I can sell, then if I bomb the messages to you motherfuckers, I can win some deals. I got a call from Sweden, from the company that we were cooperating with, and there was this guy called William Navesten, and he said to me, Jani, you need to stop because you're the biggest spammer in the whole of Scandinavia. And I said, oh no, I won't stop. I'm going to keep spamming the hell out of these customers because I want to make a statement. I want to make a point that cold calling is fucking dead. And all these spamming features were completely gone. And the reason I was doing it, because our customers wanted to buy email blasts. They wanted to buy interruptive messaging. They wanted to buy advertising that interrupts you. And we knew that that's not the case anymore. So what we needed to do is to send those 1 million emails. Get those spam reports, go to all to the problems and see and show to the customers. And this is what you get if you are being the assholes that we are actually doing at the moment. And our message went through on that scale. So, but I would say 2012, 5 years ago, 2013, we started to investigate HubSpot. That was the platform that we went. And the number one reason we jumped on the orange board with HubSpot was the culture and the values and the founders and whole that agency background that they were having. So they had this kind of idea that they are building this kind of a huge partner network in the concept of inbound. And we would like to, jump and go. And we made the decision, we went all orange in the fall 2013. I went to Boston and met the owners, and we just saw there was 15,000 people in Boston Convention Center, 5 days preaching, the word of inbound. And that was huge for us. And that's what the case when we decided to do that leap. We didn't have any customers. I was bankruptcy almost with my telemarketing company. We started from scratch as a two-man show. 4 to 5 years later, what happened? We're the partner of the year in the EMEA sector. So we're the best agency, Europe, Middle East, and Africa area. And we have a diamond status, which means that 0.4% of all the agencies out of the 3,500 have that highest status. So we have more customers here in Finland that, big agencies in UK, Germany, France has. Nordic is a big area at the moment. So we are growing quite all right, around about 20 to 25% a year. We're now have around about 60 to 70 customers that we are serving with marketing automation and HubSpot owned. So that's our story. Started small and did an entrepreneurial turnaround, and here we are. So that's my story. So if I look all the customers that we have at the moment, the single biggest problem that everybody is facing is that they lack cooperation with marketing and sales. So marketing and sales do not speak with each other. That's the number one single problem that we are facing. I would say we have to go 36 months, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then we can see sales and marketing alignment more and more and more and more and more. That's one big problem. The next big problem that we are facing is that the companies, the CEOs, the CMOs, the sales managers, the sales directors, don't know anything about it. They grew up in a world that it was all right to take 100,000 euros, put it on TV. When they went to university, there was radio stations. Probably Finland had two TV stations. Channel 1, Channel 2. Before the Channel 3 and Channel 4. They are still thinking that buying ads is all right and not respecting the people and answering their calls when they are making the calls. Well, when we are looking at the marketing automation tool from HubSpot, the keywords tool, somebody is familiar with that, we see constantly this huge trend, which is the price of Google ads goes up, and at the same time, the difficulty score of content is going down, which means people are buying their way to customers' mind, but they do not want to answer the calls and the questions that the customers are asking from Google. That's one big trend. So that gives us a huge opportunity, all of us, to go and start to answer customers' questions with blogging, with video, with all kind of content. Because the first thing there is not there anymore. It's called attention. In marketing, what marketing automation can do, if we are investing it correctly, is that there is underpriced attention a lot. And that's in Google. And the second thing is that there is underpriced attention in Facebook. Over 90% of Finnish population is on Facebook. Google and Facebook are bigger than Yleisradio, MTV3, and the whole of Sanoma Corporation. And still our people, our CMOs, are thinking that if we buy our way with spamming, interruptive messages, we will get our way. And when we are looking around about 60 to 70 dashboards, we'll see that the Google is number one, natural search is bringing the attention. You will get your attention quite cheaply. And the next thing is that buying Facebook and whole of social in any line of business, if you have more than one customer or two customers. Go to Google, buy Facebook, that's a fantastic thing. Because there's an underpriced attention. If you go channel 3, buy advertising, the cost of reaching 1,000 people is around about 100 euros. If you go to Facebook, the cost of reaching 1,000 people is 9.5 euros. So what will happen? Facebook pricing will go down and MTV3 will go up. Down, sorry. Facebook up, TV down. And they will, somewhere in the middle, they will meet. So that's the situation on that attention scale. So what that means on a marketing automation thing, and with inbound marketing, there's an underpriced attention available for us so that we can get people in our website. What we need is to convert those people, convert that traffic into leads. And that happens by giving something away for free. Everybody can see these e-books and download this and, you know, be part of our mailing list and sort of like that. So that's big trend that we will see more and more and more and more. But at the same time, because the content is a tool to attract people to the website, from social, from Google, amount of shit goes up. Which means that we will see a lot of blog posts, a lot of e-books, a lot of content that doesn't mean anything for the end consumer, for the people, for the customers. So that means that when we're talking about inbound marketing and the content marketing, the quality and the context is the king. So we need to be targeting the right messages to the right people at the right time, in the right channel, in the right form that they want to consume it. So that's something. We are able to generate leads 2 to 4% out of that traffic. And if we're good enough, we are able to get that 4 to 6%, which means that every 1,000 visits, we will get around about 60 people into our system, into our marketing automation system. Which means that there's this concept called closed loop marketing. Everybody that comes into the sites, they are cookied. So all the computers, all the watches, all the mobile phones, everything is cookied. So we will know when are you coming, what do you do, what is your preference, what do you like, who are you, where do you live, what do you do on social media, are you a vegetarian or are you not, all those kinds of things. And with that information, what we can do now is put that context on that messaging right, which means we can give you the content that you want to consume, when you want it, how you want it. And use that information for the benefit of us, and for the benefit for the customer, and for the benefit for the company. So that kind of cuts both ways. Because the amount of shit is going up, the amount of content is going up. The only thing that cuts through is the quality content, what it means to me. We'll take an example. There's a big department store in the middle of Helsinki. It's called Stockmann. If they would love their customers, they would do that they would put smart content on their website so that they know what are you buying, who are you, what do you do, and they would give you the content that you want to consume when you are on their site. For example, this is a very simple rehearsal. Are you guy or are you girl? Are you old or are you young? And on that matrix, that's a pretty simple matrix. But it will mean that if you're a young bloke, you will see a different kind of stockman than if you were an older female. But they are not interested in that. They are just wanting to be the big interrupters and, telling everything about themselves. And that's a big problem with marketing. When we are talking about inbound marketing, we are talking about marketing that you want to consume, actually you want to share, want to download, want to give something out of yourself, your name, your identity, and all of that. But the big ball of marketers still want to interrupt people. And inbound marketing is a form of marketing that you attract people with the right kind of messages, right place, convert into leads, and the last part is the deals. Close the deals. That's why what we need to do is tie sales and marketing together. The sales director, the CEO, and the marketing director needs to be on the same place. Needs to think about how much do we need traffic? How much leads do we need? How much deals do we make in order to hit the target? And with content marketing, with inbound marketing, a very good thing is this. If you write a blog post once a week, every week, you start now, year from now, you will have 52 blog posts. And if you do it right, you look at the dashboards, where there is underpriced attention, when there is a lot of people and the price is low and the difficulty is low, but you will get that. In 1 year's time, you probably have 52 positions in Google which are on the top 3 or top 10. So that means, you will get more and more that attention to your website. And when the competition catches in, probably a year from that, when they just realize that this guy is getting all those Google positions, and you're still doing one blog a week, you will have 104 blogs in 1 year. And when the competition wants to do that, they need to write 2 blogs a week in order to catch you up in a year. So this is how huge this is, because this is the first time in the history of marketing that we can scale marketing. In the old days, the campaign started and they ended, and there was nothing after it. But now, the internet actually is working 24/7, 360 days a week. Now everybody's going on summer holiday. And our mobiles and apps are constantly giving us leads. Because people are surfing, they are going on summer holidays, they are consuming the information, they are spending time, and that's a huge thing in marketing. One issue I think is a big thing to understand is that we're talking about sales and marketing alignment. There is this term called smarketing. Sales and marketing alignment, smarketing. Is that when the lead comes and the marketing automation tools, whatever you are using, they will tell you, this is your lead. This is the customers who is consuming your information now. So what do you need to do? You need to call them. You need to call them now. And that's one big problem that we don't do. But what we'll see, what will happen in next 12 to 24 months, 46 months, next 1 to 3 years, we will get those calls faster. Because the fact is that the company that is getting that lead first will make the deal. Because that's the huge thing there is trust. We will buy from the companies, from the people that we trust the most. If we think about the old days, the store, the grocery store, customers are coming in. So what the sales guys do? If they are not paying attention to the customers, they are losing the deals. It's the same in the internet. If we are not respecting the customers and we are not taking the information out of what we are getting, we will not succeed. This is not very good investment. In order to be good in marketing automation, content marketing, inbound marketing, you need to invest a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money. It's not cheap. I would say that the average cost of good company content marketing, whether you do it yourself or you are buying it outside, with the software will go round to 16 to 100,000 euros yearly. And the question is, if you're talking with the owners and the managing directors, are you willing, do you want to answer to your customers' calls when they are making those? Obvious answer is yes, of course we want to do it. But the next question is, are you willing to make that investment in time and money to get that attention, convert that into leads, and make the deal? I would say 95% of the companies who are really successful in marketing lack the ability to sell. So what happens? We get the attention, we get the leads, but we don't make the deals. And then when we are asking that what is happening there is the fact that the sales is not taking that lead and starting to sell. So that's why we're needing sales and marketing alignment. Because all the studies show, whatever studies we want to see, is that when we are talking with the owners and the management about what is the purpose of marketing, what is the role of marketing, the number one reason is to sell more. The purpose of the marketing is to help the company to sell more. So that's why the sales and marketing alignment is so crucial when we are talking about marketing automation, when we are talking about inbound marketing, any form of marketing, any form of marketing. I'm a 10% nerd, 90% sales guy, and I think that the biggest thing in inbound marketing and marketing automation is to help the sales close the deals. But the marketing department can't do it by themselves, because what we need is the sales guys to follow. One big trend, we are video recording this, is that video will be around about 80 to 85% of all internet traffic in the next 12 or 18 months. So video is huge. One thing is huge, which is gaining ground more and more and more, is artificial intelligence. So what these guys from HubSpot have done, they have built this bot called the Growth Bot, which is actually a business intelligence tool that you can ask questions and it answers. It's been on a beta version in a year, around about a year now, over a year. And it's constantly learning because there is a machine learning behind. So you can basically, before you see your customer, you will know what is the social media that he or she is doing, and you can ask the personality profile of that person from that bot, and that will answer. And this is only a beginning. Everybody, when we are talking about the software world, is, does it have that? Does it have that? Is it working there? We have a great tool because we have that. In 6 months, everybody else will have the same. So everything is on same, but the AI now is the next big train to jump on, because what we do when the marketing funnel is full of content, blogs, the Google will be crowded, the social media is crowded. What we do then, the quality of the content is the king then. The one who can move us emotionally is the winner, regardless of what automation we are using. There are a lot of bands in the world, but there is only one Rolling Stones. You think about it that way. They've been around for 50 years. All right. That's my story. That's my thoughts on marketing automation. That's my story of inbound marketing. Anybody, any questions?
Travis, questions? Yes. Have you used any other tool except HubSpot?
Oh, we used Pardot. We have used HubSpot. We have used Marketo. Oh, yeah. We have used Marketo. We have used Pardot, Eloqua. Yeah. We've done pretty much all our customers have. What's the difference? It depends how easy you want to do it. how hard you want to do it. But I would say the problem with marketing automation is not the marketing automation. It's the content that you put in. It's the process that you have built. It's the fastness and how your sales will sell. Because leads will come. Leads will come when you are just producing great content. You will get your database, but you don't do shit if the sales is not there. And then somebody comes with a paper and pen and asks, okay, how much, what are we getting out of that investment? We are putting 60 or 70,000 a year, what are we getting? And same with Google, by the way. If you're buying ads from some crappy company who's giving you PowerPoint slides in end of the month, this is how you get, this is your impressions, this is your clicks, this is how much per click you get it, fire them. They belong in 1995. It doesn't work anymore. The question is, how many leads, how many deals, what is the cost of deal, what is the cost of lead? Are we doing the right investment? Any other questions?
How do you help to make this content?
How do we do the content?
Yes. Do you do it or your customer?
Well, it varies. Everybody wants to do it by themselves. Suddenly the CMO is a very good writer. And suddenly the managing director wants to do a blog, but they just don't have the time. In some cases, the customer is doing themselves, or then we are just helping them in consulting it, or then we are just producing it for them. But let me put this number on perspective. In order to succeed, you will need to write 2 to 3 blogs a week. Writing one blog post takes 2 to 3 hours. Calculate that. How many hours do you need in a blogging? A blog is top of mind. Blogging is the thing that gets the attention, goes to Google, goes to social media, grabs the attention, and delivers the people to your website. What then? You need to convert it to leads. So you need to have some kind of material that they are willing to give their name and number, and their personality. And that needs to be valuable. So our agency is a 12 people agency. We run about €1 million at the moment. Growth is a 15 to 20% at this stage, and we are putting on our own content production 300 hours a month. 2-person. On this scale of business. So this is what we are talking about. And we are doing it because there is underpriced attention available. Nobody else is doing this. What we do actually at the moment is that we have 3 podcasts. One for the international audience is called The Life of a Hub Partner, which is basically an agency owners around the world who thinks that what it means to be a HubSpot partner. Then we have called Gospel Podcast, around about 100 episodes out now, which is basically talking about marketing and all that. And then we have a hashtag Aaltonen, which is my personal branding thing, which is out now over 120 episodes. And we are publishing 1 video per day, every Monday to Friday at 12 o'clock. If you go to YouTube or type my name, you will see. And that's because there is underpriced attention available that we can scale at the moment. And that's huge, because no other agency is doing that. Everybody's thinking that there is quality over quantity. And that's bullshit. Because if you go to the dictionary, there is no such thing that if you have something a lot, it's completely shit automatically. It doesn't work in any language. You have something a lot, or then you don't. It's a good quality, or then it's don't. It's completely different things. So bear in mind, use time to produce content. Yes?
When it comes to your company, when you're writing about these blogs, what kind of distribution channels are you using? And are you using advertising as well?
Yeah, we do advertising. We do mainly Facebook and Google. And the channels, every content needs promotion. And I would say 10% email marketing, but the problem with email marketing is that we don't get new people there. They are the same people that are on the list. The good thing is to make sure that it's on Google. I would say that 38% of all that traffic comes from Google, natural search. And then 20-25% comes from social. And rest of it, and this is what happens all the time. If we look at all the dashboards, is that the Google is the huge and social is huge, and the engagement rate, how much traffic you will get, how much leads, what is the percentage there, it's huge on social. It's huge on Google. And why is it that? It's because people are voluntarily go there. They're looking for information, and when you are happy to be there on a number 1, number 2, you will get that. And the quality of the content is, can you answer to the questions that the people are asking? So next time you meet your sales guys, ask him a question. What was the last thing that your customer asked from you? And write a blog post out of that. That will show up on the Google because those are the words that people are using. Yes?
For example, we're trying to answer the question of the buyer or the customer, potential customer, and but we still need to optimize the blog according to search engine. So it brings a limitation for the quality of content, right? Because people, they search for simple things. They don't search for like creative, like complicated words or stuff like this. So it's kind of like how do you still keep the quality and the optimization and balance?
That's a very good question. Very, very good question. Glad you asked it. Well, think about the quality. You don't optimize for Google. You optimize for the people. And the thing is that people ask simple questions. So don't give them complicated answers, because they don't get those. They don't give a fuck about those, to be honest. The question is, do you get the click or not? Do you get the conversion or not? Simple measure, simple measure. And I would say, don't optimize for Google, optimize for the people. And if somebody asks, like, what is the price of that? Write a blog article. What is the price of that? What is the comparison of this and comparison of that? Yeah. Okay, any other?
Yeah, you told that phone or talking, answering on phone is getting less and less as a tool that you can use. So how can you then use as a sales tool to call right away to leads if people are not answering?
That's a very good question again. Very good. Thing with cold calling is that we do not want to interrupt. Nobody answers the phone if they don't know who is calling. That's a fact. But when we are on the internet and we are searching and the other guy shows it, the window is open. The window is open on that minute. In 5 minutes it's not open anymore because we have gone there, 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 and probably the next meeting have started. The trick is to aim into the 60 seconds timeline when people are on your site. And that's fast. Boy, that's fast. But if you can do it, you will succeed. That's a guaranteed fact. Okay.
Regarding keywords, I bet you're focusing on that as well, since you talk a lot about content. Is this also a quality quantity issue, or do you focus into a few keywords, or you actually have a larger scale?
Good question. It seems to be so that in Finnish companies we are ending up hitting 300 to 500 keywords in B2B landscape. It's different if you have a 10,000 on your web shop. So that means that the amount of keywords will go up from the roof. But I would say the B2B environment, it's in hundreds. And I would say the more specific, the better. And the long tail keywords are the best. And Google works like category. You put one word, it tells the next ones, and the next ones, and the next ones. And basically, you can use a whole sentence if you want. The more specific, it's better. But outbound marketers will love to have a lot of traffic. They would love to have they will go after the keywords that everybody is using. But the problem is that it goes the quality of leads go down because you will get everybody. By the way, that's a big issue. If you are getting leads, but they are not right fit for your sales, the thing is that you are doing right marketing for the people, but wrong marketing for the company. All right.
Well, you're a partner of HubSpot. When HubSpot or not something else, how do you sell your customers that you should be the best solution?
The question was, I didn't get the question.
I mean, you're a partner of HubSpot.
Oh yeah.
Not something else like not other competitors. So
No.
how do you sell this solution compared to others? If customer asks why are you using HubSpot?
Well, the best way to sell HubSpot is not talk about HubSpot. and the thing is that all the companies would love to have more deals and scale their marketing. So that's the key. And if our customers wants to do with some other tool, we don't sell them. Just say, go on that. Not interested, sorry. because the thing is that there can be this combination that we buy WordPress site and then we buy a MailChimp there and we'll do Google Analytics there. And that's not a best mix of doing marketing. You can't succeed. And as an agency, and that has been a learning curve for us for 1.5 years, not to sell to the customers who are not ready to buy from you, who want to do this kind of their own thing. Go there. You know, saves a lot of time, saves a lot of time. On a paper, it's, it doesn't sound very wise, but on time-consuming wise, it's very wise. Because then you have more time to help the customers that who actually are the perfect fit for you. Yeah. Yep.
You were talking about content and inbound marketing. So, which aspect you look from the customer to get to the point of your content that relevant to the customer? Because you don't want to write anything that no one cares. So, how can you make sure that people care about your content?
Very good question. Try to listen to their customers, not to them. Because the customers would love to talk about themselves, and that's a huge problem, because nobody wants to hear about themselves. But the customers would love to have their questions answered. And, you know, in a lot of line of businesses, in the area of businesses, happens this, that the competition goes up and the demand stays flat. And then what happens is that the price is an issue. So who is selling this cheaper wins. And everybody is selling that features, benefit. Our company, features, benefit. We have this, we have that, we have features, we have benefits, we have features and benefit. That's bullshit. Because if the demand is flat and everybody is shouting the same message, you don't get through. And that's what we see in the Google dashboard. The reason that I talk a lot about Google is that's a big traffic. There's a big traffic. What we see there is people are buying advertising, saying that we are the best goddamn company in this line of business. And they are going for €1, €2, €7, €15 a click, saying that they are the best. And they are willing to bet as far as it goes in order to people to get the message, we are the best. And at the same time, we see that the difficulty index and the score is pretty low, which means that the advertising is in advertising there is a lot of competition, but in natural search and actually answering to those calls, there is a zero competition. So back into the quality content. If your customer is asking a questions, do a video, do a picture, do whatever, do a blog post, whatever, answer to that questions, and the quality is there. All these, what are we writing next, talks inside the company without taking the customer's point of view there are bullshit. To be honest, nobody gives a fuck about your company. The market doesn't care. Nobody gives a fuck about your company, or my company, or your company, or anybody's company. Or even you. Everybody in this room are thinking about one question: what is in it for me? And that's why the context needs to be in place. Are we answering those calls, the right time when the people are consuming it, or they want to have it, in the form that they would love to consume it? Because we are living in the Netflix, Spotify era when we don't watch 9 o'clock news. Because that's old. We don't read national newspaper because that's yesterday's news today. And that's a fact. We want to do it when we want to do it. That's how greedy we are, because that's a possibility. Subscription-based economy. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, go for it.
We've been producing the content to get people's email.
Yep.
Make them sign up.
Yep.
And now you're saying nobody reads the email. So what do we do with the email? Or what should be the new targets for somebody who's visiting our website? Kind of.
The thing is that, yeah.
Converting them immediately or retargeting them on Facebook or Google? Or
You can try to retarget if they don't convert now. But the thing is that don't buy lists. It's illegal. It will be illegal soon. So email marketing is a very good form of marketing when people are wanting to have those messages. They're wanting to have your message because you've said that I'm going to email you. Personalized. And not like, hi, Yanni. This is a blah, 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 and everybody else is getting the same message. Not that, but that you've written the email. Email is a very good tool. So how do you get people in your marketing landscape? Is by spreading your content through social media. Make sure that you will hit like reasonable number and top 3, number 1 positions in natural search in Google. Use that marketing automation tool, the data that you will get. By the way, the data is available freely on your mobile phone. So you will know the problem with the information. There is no problem with information. That's why I don't have any slides. If you want to know, ask Google. Because Google tells you. The thing with getting the email addresses is, first, it's not a sprint. It's not a 100-meter run. It's bigger than a marathon. But you will get those if you have the right content. We had a digital sales day on 24th of April. Around about 1,000 people came. 926 people attended to our webinar, which lasted 8.5 hours. There was 9 webinars in a row. So that's a pretty good start. And that came so that the social media, I would say 60–65% of the people came in the last 48 hours through social media because people were sharing that because they thought that was a pretty damn cool thing. Now we are doing next in 5th of September and try to aim for 2,000 people. We need to have a good content, free. So you give free, you get something. Remember that all the customers are giving their identity away. So what's the value of somebody's identity? A lot. What is the value of your identity? If you think about that way, there is no reason to buy, Helsingin Sanomat, 8-page, 15, half-page ad, cost of fucking 10,000 euros, and you don't know shit. What happens? Telling how good you are, how much features you have, and goddamn benefits you have with the price of shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Sorry to swear, but this is how I roll. Okay?
Yeah. Yanni, thank you much.
Thanks very much. I'm over time. I'm really, really, happy to be here, and thank you meeting you all, and hope you got my English. Thanks very much.